Hello children, welcome to an amazing class of mathematics. So children, up till now in mathematics you have studied addition, subtraction and you have studied about number names, number concept. Now we are going to study something really interesting and that is multiplication. So children, what is multiplication and what is the need of studying multiplication? So you can say multiplication is repeated addition. What is multiplication? Multiplication can be understood as repeated addition. Suppose you have 4 cookies and in that cookies you have some choco chips on it, and I ask you how many choco chips are there in total on 4 cookies. So what will you do? You will count 1 2 3 4 5 and then you will count 5, add 5 4 times and it will be 20. So what you have done? You have added 5 4 times to get 20. This is addition and we are repeating it again and again. That is why we call it repeated addition. You can also say that multiplication is when you add one number together a number of times. When a number is given to you and you add it more than one times, it is called repeated addition, which in turn is multiplication. We can also write this in other language and we can write this 4 times. How many times we have added 5? We have added 5 4 times. 4 times 5 is equal to 20. Now we can replace this times with this sign, and this sign is the sign of multiplication, and now you can write down the answer 20. In the previous slide you have seen that we have added 5 4 times to get the total number of choco chips. In this, instead of writing 5 4 times, we have just written number of times they are occurring. We have written the group, or you can say number of group we have written, and then we have multiplied it with number of items in each group. You can say this is number of group and this is number of item in each group, and we have got the answer. So this whole process is multiplication and it is represented by a cross sign. Children, you all must be thinking, when multiplication is repeated addition, why to do it this way? Why not simply add? So children, to make the process easy and short, we multiply it. Suppose you have to add 40 items 39 times, it will be a long process. But if you do multiplication, you will get the answer easily and in a short way. So multiplication is the shortcut way. You can say in your language that it is a shortcut method, because in repeated addition you have to add the same number again and again, which it will take time. So in multiplication we do it in less time. So that is why we use multiplication more often. In your daily life or daily work also, you use multiplication. You want to buy something, you are buying so many things, and then you have to count that so much items we have bought, and if the cost is 20 rupees, if you have bought 5 items and each is cost 20 rupees, how much you have to give? You can simply multiply and then you can give the money. So it is used in day-to-day work also, and in future also in some of the mathematical operation like algebra, calculus. All these are things which require multiplication. So children, now we will study the different part of multiplication, what it is called. As you can see here, 5 multiplied by 4 is equal to 20. So this number is called multiplicand. This number is called multiplicand. The number to be multiplied, the number which is to be multiplied is called multiplicand, and the number by which it is multiplied is called multiplier. And when we multiply this and the product, the answer is called product. In addition, we call the answer sum. In subtraction, we call it difference, and in multiplication, it is product. Multiplicand is the number to be multiplied, and multiplier is the number by which it is multiplied. So now let us study the properties of multiplication. You can see the multiplication can be written in this way also: multiplicand, multiplier, and the answer is product. So children, the first property says that the product means the answer which you get after multiplying two numbers, it does not change when we change the place of the multiplicand and multiplier. Suppose we have done 6 into 3. So this is multiplicand, this is multiplier, and we get the answer 18. But when we interchange the place, we change the places. Now this is multiplicand, this is multiplier, but still the answer will remain same. It will not change if we change the place of these two multiplicand and multiplier. Whether we will do 6 times 3 or 3 times 6, the answer will remain the same. It will not affect the answer. The place of the multiplicand and multiplier will not affect the product of multiplication. Second property says that the product, second property is grouping property, and says that the product of three numbers remain the same when the grouping of the numbers is changed. Suppose we have given three numbers to add, that is 16 into 8 into 4. First we will do 8 into 4 and it will become 32, and then we will multiply it with 16. Then also the answer will be 512. And in next case, the numbers are same, 16, 8 and 4. But this time we have changed the grouping. First, in the first case, we have first multiplied 8 and 4 and then multiplied it with 16. But in the second case, we are first multiplying 16 and 8. We got the answer 128, and then we have multiplied it with 4. But even though changing the order, changing the grouping, the answer is same, 512. This means the grouping of number is changed, but the answer, that is the product, remains the same. It will not affect the product. The third property, multiplication property with number 1, says when we multiply any number with 1, the product will be the number itself. It doesn't matter how big the number is, how small the number is. If we multiply it with 1, the number will be the number itself. It will not change. The fourth property of multiplication says whenever a number is multiplied by 0, the product is always 0. It will not affect the number. Like if the number is small, if the number is bigger, it doesn't matter. If you will multiply it with 0, the product will be 0. So these are the property of multiplication. So I hope that you all have understood what is multiplication. So in the next class, in the next video, we will see how to do the sums based on the multiplication. Thank you and have a nice day.